Hello, this is Brian, and I'm going to talk about funk style playing in rock, funk rhythm guitar as it's been incorporated into rock. I have riffs from 4 songs, including songs by David Bowie, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, the Fixx, and Living Color, that I just pulled riffs from to use as little examples and etudes. I'm not going to teach the whole song, just in this video, just the basic funk style. And then you can take the ideas that I give you and put them in your own playing, or maybe go on and learn the rest of the song and play a cover version of the song. Whatever you want to do with it, it's fine, but mainly I'm interested in showing the techniques. Those techniques involve some picking techniques, as well as some palm muting techniques, and some left hand techniques as well, using double stops and triple stop type chords. I'll show you a few voicings that from the examples, and also I'll go over the effects and settings on the guitar and amp and pedal board that I use to create these sounds. Anyway, first I think we should start off by explaining how funk works. What exactly is it? Well, in funk, it's a very textural form of music. There's a bunch of different layers interacting with each other. And each one of those layers has a different sound quality towards it. Like the bass has one sound quality, the guitar has another sound quality, and it all mixes in together, and each one of those is at a different maybe pitch register also. And the guitar might be up high, maybe there's something else, another guitar in the middle, drums and the bass are down here in the bottom, and they all have their own little niche, and each one is playing its own little rhythmic figure that creates a huge polyrhythm when it's all put together. So the way funk is complex, if you will, is the polyrhythms that it creates. Each little part that each individual plays is really pretty simple, but when you put it all together, it sounds really amazing, and it's fun to do, and it's a lot different than playing lead guitar. In a way, it's a lot more fun because you get to add a little something to the whole texture without necessarily standing out within it. So anyway, and I'm going to use David Bowie's Fame as the example for that. I'm going to show you 3 riffs from that. It's not all the riffs. There's actually 4 guitars going on. I'm going to show you 2 guitars and 3 of the riffs that they're doing. There's another one doing another layer, plus there's the bass and the drums, and of course the singing going on. So there's a number of layers. I'm going to just show you a few riffs, and you can gain some techniques from it. Anyway, here's the first riff from Fame, and here you go. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's a simple riff. Its purpose within the texture is just to double the bass line and add a little fuzz to color and reinforce the bass line a little bit. Right now I've got my amp on clean, so you can hear the pitches we're going to play clearly. We're going to start on the 1st fret of the E string, a low F. In the next part of the riff I go up to the D string, and I'm going to start on the 1st fret and hammer on to the 2nd and 3rd, like that. And the last note is an A flat on the G string, so the 1st fret of the G string. So in total it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Like that. And then to add the fuzz, to make the sound, what I've done is I've selected the bridge pickup on this single coil Stratocaster. I've got the amp on the clean channel, and I've got the bass cranked all the way up and the treble rolled back to about 3 o'clock. Then I just add some fuzz. I have a mini germanium fuzz face, the red Dunlop fuzz face going here. Probably any fuzz box, you can probably get a similar sound. It doesn't matter what brand you're using. Just to use the one that works for you. Okay. Okay, this is riff 2 of David Bowie's fame. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is another little simple lick that it reoccurs every 2 bars, and it's just essentially, it looks like a D7th chord, except we're going to drop out the D string and we're going to move it all the way up to the 17th fret. And the picking is essentially down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down on the last 2 8th notes. So, and then to get the sound, I selected the between the bridge and the middle pickup. On the pickup selector, I have the gain channel on with just a little bit of gain, and then I can add a phaser to that. And you can glissando out of it at the end to make it a little sloppier. Like that. David Bowie's fame, riff number 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so this is probably the grooviest lick I'm going to show you out of the fame. We'll start with the pitches. Okay, it's going to be on the 7th fret of the G string. And it's going to oscillate between that and the 8th fret. Then let's go up to the 9th fret on the B string. Just a slight bend. Like that. And you notice also I added a little vibrato on some of the steps in the middle. If you notice my picking, okay, here I'm gonna palm mute. I'm gonna stick my palm on the lift it up just a little bit for the longer notes while I'm bending. So I'm lifting up on the long notes, but I'm keeping the palm on the strings so that it keeps it real clicky. Now, the way you set your amp and your guitar up and your effects can also affect your sound on this and make it even clickier. I've got this pickup selected so that the bridge and the middle pickup are on. My amp is set so I've got the bass and the mids cranked on with just a little bit of overdrive, just a very slight amount of gain on. And I've got the treble about halfway up so I get a little bassier tone. Then I add a compressor. Let's show this what it is without the compressor. Okay, now if I add the compressor, okay, what that's done is it's made the attack a lot more aggressive sounding, a lot more percussive. So, and then I'm going to add a phaser on top of that again. And then you're going to just notice the little nuances in some of the notes are picked a little harder than the others. So you want to try to imitate that in the little bends. This has to sound nuanced in order to come out and be alive. Okay, here's the tab and here's the tab for this example. Okay, before we go any further, I want to give you a little picking exercise that will help loosen up your wrist if you might need to do that. A lot of guitar players play with a very stiff wrist, a lot of beginner guitar players, and that's not good because not only does it give you a bad sound, but it's going to tire you out, and also, in the long term, maybe you'll get some kind of repetitive motion injury from it as well. So what you want to do is you want to loosen up your wrist. One way to do that is by just practicing on, you're just going to mute the strings. You don't push down like that. You just kind of hold the strings, touch them so they don't ring. And you just practice down up picking just like that. Do that 5 minutes a day, but maybe do it with a metronome. So try it at different speeds. I'll try one at 84. On the downbeats, I'm going to pick down, and on the offs, I'm going to go up. So. It's not easy to stay with the metronome, as you can tell. After you get that down a little bit, maybe you crank it up a little bit. Here's it is at 92. It's actually easier if you get a little bit faster, and that, of course, will get harder as you get really fast. But you definitely try practicing that for 5 minutes a day for a week and note the results. If you do it for another week after that, you'll probably never have to do it again for the rest of your life. You're probably going to have a loose wrist. So I really suggest, as menial as it may seem, it's really worth your time just to isolate on picking and sort that out. It'll make your guitar playing a lot better. Here's riff number 4 from the Chili Peppers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's break this riff down. Essentially, it's a 4-bar pattern with the first 3 measures being the same one repeated 3 times, and the last one has a different tail on it. Start with the pitches. Going to have a first finger on the 5th fret of the G string, and second finger on the 6th fret of the B string. And then you're just going to. Okay, and then the last chord is going to have just add the 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the E string. So you can play that as a triple stop, like that, or just as a double stop on the B and the E strings. I like it better as a double stop. Okay, now the picking, what you're doing there is you're just doing the straight down up 8th notes. Except you're doing it at a faster tempo. And then you're going to swing it just a little bit. The 2 last chords are 2 down picks, just like that. Okay, and where you're getting the percussive sound is from the left hand muting, not in Fame we use palm muting. Now we're going to use some left hand muting, and then we do that with chords a lot in funk. And the way you do it is you're pressing down to get a tone, and you're lifting it up to get a click kind of sound. And it shortens the note. It mutes the note. It shortens it. It chokes it. So if I lift up and then I've still got it lifted up and I just upstroke, I get a click on the second one. Now you want to try to make it go as short as you can. So you don't even need tone. You almost don't even need tone on every chord. What you can do is get a lot more percussive sound than actual pitch in there. Suggesting the pitch. And again, here's another view. Watch my fingers, what they're doing. They're pressing down to get the tone and then lifting up. Now, if you can think of yourself as like a snare drum, or a closed hi-hat, tick, like that, real quick, real clicky sound. Real short. That's the key to making this sound. One more thing you can do, we set up the guitar with the bridge pickup and the middle pickup again. And I got my amp with just a little bit of gain on, and treble's up a little higher on this one, so I got bass, treble, and mids cranked up pretty good. And then I just add a little compressor. Well, first let's hear it without the compressor. Here it is with the compressor. So the compressor can really change your sound and make it a lot more percussive. Really helps out with the funk. Okay, here you go. Here's the tab. Here's riff number 5, and I'm going to cycle through it 2 times. 1, 2, first. You're going to bar across the 5th fret of the G, B, and E strings. The top fret of an A minor. And then you've got a double stop here on the 7th fret of the G string and the 8th fret of the B string. You just bar across 7th on the G and the B strings. Similar to the picking we used in the Chili Peppers example. Same left and right hand techniques with the muting on the left hand and the picking in the right, except for now the picking is going to be more straight rhythm. Like that, instead of the swing rhythm we had on the Peppers. And the same type of left hand, hold it down to get the pitch, release it to choke it, and also to get the dead notes. How do you make the sound? Because this is a classic 80s new wave sound. It's all over the place. What I do is here's the sound as it. I'll start with the guitar. I've got the bridge and the middle pickup on again. You could do it with humbuckers, but usually this single coil split works a lot better. I got my amp on the clean channels with the mids boosted, the bass cranked up, and the treble rolled halfway back. Then that sounds like this. Okay, if I add a compressor to that, now I got this compressor cranked up pretty good. Okay, so I get a little bit more percussive sound. So anybody who tells you a compressor can't change your sound has not experimented enough with it. So it's a key sound for if you're playing 80s cover songs or any type of that, anything like that, you're going to need a compressor to make that sound. The last thing, here it is once again without the compressor. Here's with the compressor. So already we got that's a really loud sound on those dead notes. Now we add a chorus to that. Now this is a common thing to do in 80s new wave and different kinds of sounds in the 80s, is to hyper compress the sound and then add a modulation effect like a flanger or a chorus to it. In this case I'm going to use a chorus. Here's without the chorus. Here's with the chorus. Okay, so there you go. That's how you make that sound. Okay, this is riff number 6. I'm going to cycle through it and vary it a little bit as I go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this Living Color riff is this sound.